Let's wait and see what happens. Go over to the Go Live YouTube. You can already see it's sort of downgrading. It doesn't handle the conversion down. Let's get my phone down. Okay, so this is 1080 NDI. Stream is healthy. Stream is healthy, wealthy, and wise. Let's delete you. Can handle that. We know that. Oh God, giant me. There we go. Webcam's actually only a 720 webcam on this machine. Display capture, is that fit? That's on fit. Okay. All right, so basic display capture, 60 FPS, 6K, hasn't moved in it. Life is good. You can see what we're talking about. Scenes, life is good. Now, let's do just something basic. I guess it's on Twitch, on YouTube. Okay, we're gonna watch a video. Handling it, I'm not seeing any change down there. Now we could pop out the stats. Dynamic stats bars that change properly. Okay, let's just watch it. Watch a video.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
And what's in 720? Watch the video.
Okay, I'm done with this here, I guess. Wow. Well.
Average time to render frames, 2 seconds. 0 drop frames.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, that's going well.
That was good.
Okay, definitely.
So I made that full screen.
Oh God, Kurt. Oh God, Kurt. Oh God, Kurt. Oh God, Kurt. Oh God, Kurt.
It's still going well.
I got the last spot. I made it. I got the last spot.
Okay, it can handle this 1080p.
I got dead last, but I got in. So this is obviously not a self-report, but I didn't die first.
Yeah, it seems fine.
It's on the ramp.
Wait, he didn't die first. He must be the imposter.
For the uninitiated, why is this?
This is great.
Not a self-report?
Handling that. So if we move the PC, so what have we learned? If we move the PC to 1080, it'll work properly. That's what we know so far. Okay. But let's play a game. Oh, okay. We were trying Civ. Civ is like really, really. Let's try. Let's try 2 Point. Let's see what happens. This is full screen. What is it? Is it on display capture? I think it's on display. Rather than game. It's fine to me. So watch the stream. Now this is obviously the con, right? I can't see. Oh no, there's a bit of latency. Coding is overloaded. Where did stats go? Okay. It's still skipping. Like, average time to render is 5 mil. That's not great. And this is kind of what I learned. But let's switch to game is not capturing. There we go. Okay. This one. So the game's in full screen, which this is what it's outputting to YouTube right now. It's not terrible. I haven't muted, but YouTube's not receiving enough video to read it. It's functioning. Get the game actually running. It is buffering still. This is what I learned. I learned that I don't think it can do any CPU intensive games at 60. Buffering. There's buffering, but like, this is the YouTube page. It's buffered. Awful. Terrible. Actually, it's not that bad. Let's move it to live. But also now look at my game. My game's taking forever. Oh wait, there it goes. You can see we're in. We're back. Hey, Legacy. Doing some troubleshooting live on screen. Is it paused? Oh, it's paused. Unpause it. We're just gonna let this game play.
Well, not yet.
Didn't see what. Go back over here. This is what we're seeing on YouTube. It's still saying poor. Let's see what it's telling us. It's actually running fine right now. So it's 100%. It was missing frames. Not skipping frames anymore. It's still YouTube is still saying poor. It's not skipping frames anymore. I can. You can't really zoom in. You can. Look at all those. Look at all those missed frames. 5,000 skipped frames. Not skipping frames anymore though, so that's good. This is 1080p 60 on my really underpowered laptop. Games in full screen. A couple options I could try. I could bump the game out of full screen. I could go to I could go to windowed. Windowed would use less processing power to obviously display the game. But yeah. It's a tough call. How are you doing, lady? If you're still there. My test at the library showed that the laptop, and this, oh man, you can hear the laptop cooking. The laptop can handle 1080 30 when you're playing a game. If you're playing a game, you know what we could try. All right, seems to be doing okay. Okay, hold on. Before we do this, before we tab out, Okay, we're at 1980 missed frames through rendering lag and 5522. 1980, 5522. So let's even play the game.
Good morning.
Turn
You're
around.
listening to Ricky Hawthorne.
So Ricky.
On 2 Point
This is also streaming over on YouTube
Hello there,
versus
it's Ricky
streaming to Twitch.
Hawthorne
So like
on
that's how
2
we're
Point
streaming
Radio,
YouTube from places
where
at one time.
today we'll be asking the question,
Um,
if 4 news days
I forget
put
even what I'm
needless
supposed to do.
questions, you won't
Campus
be
level
able to
2.
miss it.
Accept. Jacked all of that. Okay. Complete 2 research projects. Okay, so this is the research project. It's going like super slow. I don't even remember how to advance. Oh, it's advancing. Researchers suck at their job. Honestly, we kind of leave it at that, right? Yeah? Okay, so now we've played the game a little bit. And this is what I hate. I hate that I can't, I hate that I don't have both screens. I could plug in. So I do have a second screen. We played in. Yes. That's what I was trying to do the other day. Did we plug it in? I'm trying to decide. Did we plug it in? Dude, the NDI cam is so much better. And these aren't even upgraded. This is like still like, I have not upgraded the NDI software, but these are so much better. This is incredible. They're doing. A year ago, this cam on my phone would be so delayed, and like it's not perfect, but it's so much better now than it was a year ago. Wild to me. Okay, so the dilemma obviously here is that I can't. So let's in this setup. So I wonder too. Let's switch it to windowed. Let's put it at. Why would I go up? Why am I going up? What is 720? 1280, 720? We do that. That does not fundamentally change anything on my laptop. Task manager's looking good. Where'd the stats go? 2241. So if I actually play the game in 720, move around, not skipping frames anymore, not really doing anything. So one option is obviously to play in Windows, right? YouTube is still like error. YouTube is not receiving enough data, and you can see the encoding dropping below 60. You can't really see. Like, YouTube is still. Where's the YouTube? If I refresh it, will that error go? Or is that live? No. Look at poor YouTube. YouTube's like, no, I have it. 1245. I will say this. Twitch doesn't give you this. One of the nice things about YouTube versus Twitch is Twitch doesn't give me none of that. Give me a little bitrate thing up here. It don't give you none of the like time. I love the time. Like, oh, error, it's 4. Ready. I think it was not 4, it's 6K. What does YouTube want? It's not 9K. With you, YouTube. So this is working. The good news is that fundamentally, it's skipping every now and then, but fundamentally that's a good sign. Okay, so that's 2 points. trying to do anything though. Let's do. Does it even have it? Hold on. I don't know if it even. No way would it run for. I don't even think the laptop would run for. You guys can't really see there either. But I don't think it can run firmament. Is this streamed Fall Guys? I did that. I did that last week, Legacy. So in fact, I was talking. We could test that. We could test it again. I did that last week, and so what we were testing is, I'm certain that my laptop, if it's playing the game, I'm certain that my laptop can stream 1080 30 without any interruption. Without any interruptions or any delay. And I have no issue with 1080 30. I think it's a perfectly so that's what I learned. 1080 60 is where it starts to get wonky, and even if I put the second screen on and move OBS to the second screen, it didn't fundamentally change anything. But that's because of, I'm not entirely sure what that is. Like, yes, Windows doesn't want OBS to be like a background app, but I had already changed all that. I'd changed some of the settings that allow you to like move it to the foreground. I should note my laptop, the laptop that we're testing today, is essentially an Ultrabook. It doesn't have integrated graphics. So I'm very limited on what I can adjust anyway. It doesn't have integrated graphics. It's just an Intel. What even is it? It's not even a great Intel. It's oh, encoding overloaded when I pulled up system. It's an i7 3 gigahertz, which isn't terrible. Like that should be fine, but apparently it's not. From an encoding standpoint, that's just because Windows is. Oh look, now it's like system is healthy. Okay. Does it not have Fall Guys installed? Let's do it. I want to install. I'm gonna install Fall Guys. I've streamed Fall Guys from this device. None of the foreground or don't throttle settings actually change it. Oh yeah, really? We can. Can we test it? Let's test it. Let me get some cables out. Always carry with you. Now we're in the downside too was that when I was doing tests on Friday, I had only my mobile setup with me, so I wasn't bringing some of the necessary things so that we could. I'm good. Oh, that was a little laggy. Come on, NDI. I didn't have the necessary equipment to properly test all this stuff, so we're in the studio today. We're in the house studio today, so we have more stuff at our fingertips. All right, I'm only gonna go for a little bit longer too, but let's try it. I mean, I want to try it. Try anything. I do want to see if it'll do Fall Guys. Okay, so this is gonna be overkill for it, but by the way, have I ever done my USB main cam? USB ramp. AI is not going to be the downfall of civilization. USB-C cable. At least when the cables were all different connectors, you knew that the device that you wanted, that you had the wrong cable for the device that you wanted. You just knew because the connectors didn't. Now that everything is USB-C, it will be the downfall of all mankind. This is a USB-C 3.2. No, 3.1 Gen 2 cable, which means it can do 60 watts of charging, but can do 3.1 Gen 2 is 40 gigabytes of data video. This, I think 3.1 Gen 2 is 40. It's either 40 or 10. This is a Thunderbolt 3, and it's at least nicely labeled. Someone actually labeled the end of this. Has no label on it. It just says Amazon Basics. I need to add a label to it. This is an actual, this is from Belkin. This is a Thunderbolt 3. Thunderbolt 3 does 40 gigabytes, right? I think Thunderbolt 3 is 40 gigabytes because I think Thunderbolt 4 is like 120. Same connectors. Two totally different cables. Two totally different things. What's worse is that this, and these can only be like 3 feet long. There's almost no distinguishing this from I don't have one over here. There's almost no distinguishing this from my charging cable. My charging cable does my USB to USB USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Let me hold on. This 6-foot cable, USB to USB-C. This is 100-watt charging. Which is why I bought it. Because it'll charge my laptop. 60 watts will charge the laptop too. But standard USB-C cables, which are like 40 watts or 15 watts, aren't enough to do laptop charging, which my laptop charger has does 60 watts output, or 75 watt output. Anyway, it's 100 watt. It's USB 2. It doesn't do data. And I mean, it does data, but it does data at USB 2 speeds, which are like half a gig. I hate it. It's gonna be the downfall of all. Man. Back to what we're doing. The USB 2 cable will probably work. Probably work with the second monitor, but maybe not. Oh man, my laptop is not having a good time with look at that. Can you see? Can you see? Look at OBS going all red, yellow. All it's doing is downloading. Alright, let's plug this in. Alright. Second screen. Funny thing about these knockoff monitors. Not knockoff. It's not knockoff, I guess. It's a USB-C monitor. What are you doing to me? Why did you do this, Windows? Say 1080. 1080 and 1080. Actually, sometimes it remembers what your settings were. They should just both be 1080 this time. But see, like it defaults back to this being 4K and this being 1080. But we're gonna change this. Like we were just in 1080. We want 1080, 1080. Like Windows is trying to be smart, and it's just actually being dumb. Move you. Okay. Now I'm not sure that this will matter, but we will try. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Second screen. Funny part about second screen. Finish my rant on second screen. There's a USB-C connector here. That's the video connector. There's a USB-C connector here that only does power. You need to secondary. Give it secondary. If you're using, for instance, power plus the HDMI has micro HDMI. No, mini HDMI rather than USB-C. It works. Yes. Install Fall Guys. We're gonna see if this works. This may not work. Add a game capture. Fall Guys. Because we're still at 1080p 60. So this just simply may not work. Find out. We'll find out in about 2 seconds. Alright, after this will be it. This will be end of our test for today. Gotta go do some off. I wanted to do this for class so that I can show my students how this works. When it was installing, look how many drop frames they had. 2, 4, 5, 3. 2,000 drop frames. Come on, Fall Guys. What are you doing? Oh. We want to see. We're still live. The live stream is still only. So if you want to go over to YouTube and see the orange box for live stream. This is weird that it's saying the audio stream's current bitrate is 0. I have to look into what's causing that particular error. I'm not sure what's causing. Now I am sending 160 kbps audio. I am a little too lazy to. I don't think that 40 kbps is what's causing the bitrate jumps, but all right. So we're doing 2 screens this time. So Fall Guys is going to be this screen, and we're going to do that on this. Here we go, Legacy. All right, Legacy, are you going live after this? Because I'll raid you with yourself. Actually, let's just say, everyone go watch Legacy. Go watch Legacy after this. He's in the chat. He's an awesome streamer. He works really hard and isn't getting enough credit for how hard he's working. He's doing some incredible things. You guys should go watch him. Okay. Who will be live? Is Gina live? No, Gina goes live at 1. Gina might be live. Capture specific window. Oh, we might have to. You know, that's a thing that I could adjust. It did say that it says that the Spotify widget is open. I don't even run Spotify. Let's transform. Here we go. And maybe it will just like Fall Guys better. We'll see. Encoding overloaded. Oh, look at, you can't quite see it because too far away. The kbps dropped to 3K. Oh, there's so many red things. Now this is not. Fall Guys is not adjusted for like any. So the fact that it's running at all is incredible. This is not how you would do things, right? You would not install something live on stream. You would never do this. You would never install something live on stream and then load it up. Just not how people operate. Where's the setting? Let's do some settings adjustments. Ow! It's actually, now that it's done loading though, nope, it's back. It's off. So we're at 1080 Let's turn it to windowed. And let's turn it to window and do 16. YouTube won't see anything different, theoretically. Our encoder should. Okay. Okay, so the encoder's at 4K. It's now getting 60 FPS, which I assumed that it shouldn't be able to handle 60 FPS, honestly. We're being honest. The laptop should not be able to handle 60. That's weird spikes in the kbps. It's spiking to 9K. Yeah. Ashley's talking to me. Yes. Can't talk to him. Hold on a second. Okay. 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 What was I talking about? Sorry, got distracted. Okay. It's saying. Nope. I really don't think it will. No, it won't do it. Oh, it's so bad. No, it won't do it. Oh, it's at like 20 frames per second. I just don't think this laptop's not capable of running the game and running streaming. It can do one or the other, not both. All right, so that's the test for today. Look at it. I don't know if you can see it. That's not the camera but stuttering. That's not NDI stuttering. The game runs fine, by the way. So my computer's definitely prioritizing running the game. Actually, it's not raining too bad. Well, look at it going. Playing the one-handed. Not terrible. It could be a lot worse. It could be significantly worse. Okay, I lied. My YouTube was pretty sick. Let me go back and watch the vlog. Okay, no. That's right. It's pretty terrible. Alright, friends. Let's stop torturing my laptop. Alright. We won't do it today because I got other stuff we gotta do, but my benchmark for life could be worse. Oh, it was pretty bad. I'm watching the. It's bad. Alright, we'll stop torturing my laptop for today. This has been fun. Did some tasks. Go back and watch the spawn. I'll try to cut down the VOD and post it up on YouTube too, so that it's more meaningful, maybe. But I hope you enjoyed this sort of thing. I'll say this thing we learned today. This NDI cam gotten